Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. Comment down below, bell notification, become members of Yas, Jabroni Killers J, and share this to get information and blockchain technology and XRP and cryptocurrency videos once a day that you've come to expect and deserve and need to keep you out ahead of this market. And this is your November the 24th, 2024 daily cryptocurrency and XRP video, J. And we're going to look at some of the things that have been going on that caused a 500% move, or one of the catalysts that caused a 500% move in the XRP price. Stellar price sensationally jumps 56% overnight. A core native cryptocurrency has spiked 56% overnight. Its capitalization hit 13.1 billion, which is higher than Polkadot, and Chainlink and other old school altcoins also demonstrates decent gains while Ethereum keeps performing pale. Stellar price jumped 58%. XLM became best performer in the top 100. A veteran altcoin with a decade-long history excited its community with its price rally. The cryptocurrency had a 56%, which jumped up to 100% in 48 hours. This spike pushed weekly gains to 187% or 300% before this price correction. And the price almost tripled in the past 7 days. After a parabolic run, became the 16th largest altcoin by market capitalization. High trading volume, over 50% of XLM liquidity was moved in the last 24 hours. Stellar aluminum price registered a couple of bullish TA indicators a week ago, but this isn't the wasn't what I was wanting to look at. This is what was the catalyst. BlackRock IBIT hits 513 million in daily inflows. That's not it either. Where was this article on here that I wanted to see? Let's see. Hold on a second. I don't know where it went. Right here. This is what I wanted. Grayscale, Stellar Aluminum Trust filing triggers 58% hike. This was an article 2 days ago, or it came out after midnight on Friday. Has experienced a 50% price surge asset during this. The surge can be attributed to a recent 10K filing submitted by Grayscale Investment LLC for its Grayscale Lumens Trust. At press time, the altcoin was 45 cents. It peaked at 64 cents, the highest point since 2020. Regarding from its daily chart, on Friday, Grayscale Lumen Trust submitted a 10K filing for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2024. It noted that the trust recorded a 10% uptick in its overall net asset during the financial. Let me put this on here. I always forget to do this. During a 10% uptick in its overall net asset during the fiscal year. A 10K filing and an annual report. Publicly traded companies in the U.S. are required to submit the Security and Exchange Commission. It provides an overview of the company's financial performance. It includes the entity's financial statement, business operations, risk factors, and management. According to the report of Grayscale, investment vehicle offering investors exposure to XLM faced losses. This was due to the token's depreciation during the period considered and fees paid to the trust sponsors. However, these losses were offset by a 34,875,230 XLM token valued at $3,929 added to the trust. This resulted in a net increase in the trust overall asset. The positive sentiment around this filing has resulted in a spike of over 24 hours at 58%, which peaked at 110% Saturday the 23rd. As a result, the writing altcoin traded at 45%. However, from the daily chart suggests this rally may not continue as XLM has become overbought among market participants. For example, the relative strength index, the RSI, at an all-time high of 92.54. RSI measures the overall asset of oversold and overbought market conditions. It ranged between 0 and 100 with value above 70, indicating that the asset is overbought and due for a correction, which we're seeing now. On the other hand, the value below 30 suggests the asset is oversold and may witness a rebound. XLM's RSI was 92.54, suggesting that it is significantly overbought. And you can see where it's been over the last couple of years and then where it was recently. Furthermore, XLM price traded above the upper line of the Bollinger Bands, indicating, confirming the likelihood of a price correction. The Bollinger Bands indicate measuring market volatility and identified potential buy and sell signals. It consists of three main components: the middle band, the upper band, and the lower band. When the price trends above the upper band, as you can see right there, it suggests that the asset is overbought, and this means that the asset price has moved significantly higher than its average price and is at a risk of a pullback. In the near term, XLM price prediction token may shed some gains, and that's what we've been talking about the last couple of days. So there's some insight on what part of this major run was. Not just that we've had overall in a bull market now, but it got a little bit over exuberant based on that 10K filing. And you can see recently we topped out yesterday at 63 cents. We've had a nice 31% pullback, which is healthy. We're starting to rebound now. And like I was talking about the last few days with the XLM price, when we got up into here, your major support now, once we broke that, is 34 cents to the 29 cents, right? That is your major. Let's take this and doll this out a little bit so we can see. Your major support level now would be that 29 to 34 cents if we were to come down that far on a correction. But right now in the minute time frame, you can see we're having a nice little relief rally after we had a big pullback. But you can see Bitcoin and across the board, before we get back into there, is falling right now as we're having a correction to start Sunday. But I expect this will be a short-lived correction, and I would think that there's going to be some major pushes to the upside after we've had a big consolidation this morning. But what I would look for is, as for the first time in a while, you're starting to see the major moving averages start to turn down instead of being up. You see they've been trending way up. But what I would look at on any kind of pullback, if you don't just quickly blow back by this evening or sometime today up into the 60 or 70 cent range, I would look to try to hold down into this green support trading box. Even if you got into this support box and you held into the 30s for a few days or a week, that would be very healthy and a sign that we would come up for another major leg to the upside. Again, that's if we don't just shrug this 30% decline off and go straight to a new 5-year high and approach all-time highs. Or the major area that would concern me if you ever did get back down here, which I would say would flip this bearish, would be if you came all the way down. If you came all, oh, let's get into the full screen. I'm sorry. If you came all the way down here and had a big correction, jaggedy up and down, and then got below this, if you extend these out from where you broke out of that last range, if you broke below that channel and you got on the bottom side of these, the upper part or the lower part in this channel, and you broke through this and came back down into it, say something like this, and then you broke down, that would be very bearish. That would be something that I'd be looking at as a very bearish sign. But if you come anywhere into here and come back up, that's very bullish consolidation, and I wouldn't be too worried about that. And that's only if you don't just shoot back on another 50% move later on today, because who knows? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. We're just trying to look at places for support and resistance. And the green trading box from 29 to 34 cents is major support. And you would like to stay above and not flip bearish by breaking back below this channel that you were in back here after you had your first move right there. As long as you stay above that 27 cents, you're bullish no matter where you come down to in a correction period, right? If we go look at the XRP price, is the same thing. We're having a correction today. We have that $1.94 major upper resistance target, which would be breaking the 2021 COVID high. $1.26 is your first underneath support, and that lines up good with the technicals, which was your blow off first top right here on your first run up about a week and a half ago. Your major underneath support would be 97 cents. And then something you wouldn't want to fall, not saying you're coming down here, would be if you got back down to that 69-cent level. You wouldn't want to break that because that's a 3.5-year major support resistance zone, and that would flip bearish. But as long as we stay above the 97 cents, even on a correction, if you came down like this really quick and then started trading up, that's still very, very bullish. That wouldn't really be too concerning. The only thing I would be looking at is if you broke below this 97 cents, then I would start to look at, are we flipping short-term bearish? But until then, not saying that's going to happen, we could bounce right off of this area that we're at around the $1.26 to $1.30 and just continue to the upside later on this evening as the market opens. One thing I will note that I'm looking at is, could we be forming some kind of a pattern like this, and then we come back up like this? And you all know what that is. That would be a head and shoulders short-term topping reversal pattern in a consolidation. Not saying it's going to do that, just showing you some of the things that we're looking at in the overall pattern. Because if you zoom out to the 3-hour time frame, you can see we had a nice, very, very fast run up. Then we had a little bull flag. Then we broke out of that, and now we've sort of stagnated and consolidated, which is very, very healthy, but something that we're paying attention to. There's been a lot of sell volume on XRP this weekend, so we're going to pay attention to that in the XRP price. The major areas to watch out for: $1.94 as major upper resistance, $1.26, a first level of major support, right about where the 50-day moving average in red is, and then the 97 cents, which is a major support level, which is a Kazoon tight things running 3 trifecta. The 97-cent level would be your major area around where the 200-day moving average in green will slither up to in the next 24 to 48 hours. That would be something that I wouldn't want to break. But you can see right now it's showing no signs of breaking that. And then in the Bitcoin price, Bitcoin dominance, you can see when we had this phenomenal rally in all the altcoins the last 4 or 5 days, notice we had a big drop in Bitcoin dominance. And then we had a big pump in XLM, XRP, and the rest of the altcoins, right? Because they started pumping into the altcoins to try to catch on some of these rallies that were up 100 or 200%. And then it pumped them up another 100 or 200%. But notice what's happening as the altcoins today have started to fall over the last 12 to 18 hours. You see Bitcoin dominance start to come back up because as they're selling out of the altcoins, they're dumping back into Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the safe haven of crypto. And that's what often happens when you get these short-term initial drops in Bitcoin dominance. The altcoins pump like they did back there a week ago. And then this weekend, at Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or into early Sunday, you can see it was dumping again. But now recently, Bitcoin dominance has started to come up as the rest of the altcoins started to have a consolidation and a sell-off. And that's normally what happens. And in the Bitcoin price, we have an initial upper target of $112,000. Our short-term underneath target on a consolidation, a healthy consolidation, if it does do it, because I don't know, the bull market has been in full effect, would be $77,000. And you say, oh, Vincenzo, where do you get $77,000? And if we zoom out to the daily time frame, you can see $77,000 is actually, you'd want to come back right there. It would actually be more in line with, put that one down there. It would actually be more in line with 74,092 and change, which was the breakout of the old all-time high before we had a several-month consolidation. That was a bull flag right here that it traded into. So as long as you, on any consolidation, stay above that $74,000, it's a very, very healthy correction. And from the current price of that it hit the high of just under 100,000, that would only be a 25% correction. Not saying it's going down there, just showing you some of the technicals on the chart that you would be looking at to figure out if we're going short-term bearish or remaining hyper bullish. And then to get bearish, it would be the same thing as the XRP. If it ever came back down to this old bear flag or bull flag consolidation and dipped below it, that would be a bearish sign. So if you broke 60,468, not saying you're going to go down there and test it, just telling you the technicals and what would be bullish and bearish, but a consolidation down to $74,000, if that would even happen, would be a very, very healthy, a very, very normal, and a very, very bullish consolidation. Like, subscribe to my beautiful, lovely audience. Peace and love.